I've had past experiences with case competitions before, but I think something that drew me in for this one was the fact that it's about real world issues. Sustainability is super important, and it's an important part of Smeal, College of Business. So I think being able to kind of give back to the community and explore a real world issue is something that drew me into this case competition. And on top of that, it was really fun just to work with my team members and kind of tackle that real world problem together.
Personally, I've become really passionate about ESG over the past couple of years being at Penn State, and a few of my friends were doing it and they were talking to me. And it really just has become such a passion for sustainability and just ESG in general. So I found it a great opportunity to not only get to know other people within Smeal and other campuses, but ultimately just be able to use my knowledge and skills to help something.
We decided to partake in this case competition because it was a really good opportunity to think of ways to solve wicked problems as we see in like the sustainability field. So we also had, some of our team members also had a general interest in sustainability after graduation, and we wanted to see and just gain knowledge about the industry, about housing, and about kind of how design works.
Actually, I was taking a business law class. It was me personally with Professor B, and she had just brought up the idea. It was like, you're really engaged in class. Like, I think you would love this. And I was like, okay, cool. So she was like, all right, cool. Now you need to go find a team. And I was like, oh, okay, no worries. So through networking that I had done previous semesters, I reached out to Duran, and he knew some people, and so we got together, and immediately it was like our bond formed, and we recognized that even though it actually in the beginning we thought it was imaginary, we thought the solution was imaginary, but we were like, think about if this was real, this would be so cool to be able to help Baltimore. So we really took it seriously, and we wanted the professional experience, the networking experience. We wanted to come out to Penn State, meet you guys, and literally everything we thought it was going to be is what it was. So that's why we wanted to join, because we were like, this is a great networking opportunity, a professional development for ourselves and the people around us. So
I was on the team that previously competed last year for the sustainable one, and I just wanted to get a next cycle that really wanted to win. So I created a next team, and we went for it just for the challenge of it. Because one thing most of the students don't have any research on their resume, so I looked for like-minded individual like myself that's looking to build their resume and also have that sense of research in them to come. So I did that, and here we are.
I think definitely our recommendation is feasible. I think partnering with nonprofits and technology has become so much more prevalent to this day. You see a lot of technology companies leaving their mark on the world by deciding to partner with nonprofits. And we've seen it in the past, and I think it will only continue to grow. So I definitely do think our recommendation is feasible. Of course, it comes with the fact that you're going to need research and development. You kind of can't just jump into a big business decision like a partnership without making sure that you're getting the steps to plan and get there. So I definitely think our recommendation is feasible. I would love to kind of explore that further and understand how that partnership can, again, make its impact on the world.
I do think it's going to be a little tricky because it is pretty large scale. However, I do think with a lot of the improving technology, including AI, I do think it'll be pretty implementable. Just trying to partner with a lot of different organizations and ultimately using a lot of other people's knowledge and skills with our recommendation.
What drew us to sustainability, right? What drew us to the housing crisis was, one, it was a solution proposed, right? So they were like, this is what you're going to talk about. So we were like, oh, okay, we can make it work. But in addition, I'm a marketing major. Duran's finance. Olivia is health, nutritional health, right? And then Omar is, he is agriculture, right? And so then Noah is marketing as well. So we thought this was actually the perfect team. We thought we have expertise from around the board. Omar was actually one of our biggest consultants early on because he studies agriculture and he loves the idea of land acquisition, things like that. So we were like, whoa, this is amazing, because me, I'm I like making logos. like animations, like, but really that was what allowed us to thrive. When I said like we meshed early on, we realized our differences and our background would allow us to succeed, you know, in our own personal ways.
It will be extremely helpful. For our research, we went out and interviewed shelters. We interviewed facilities that have land. So in our interview, one of the facility that we interviewed, they were open to donating a plot of land to our cause because they believe that this is something that can benefit not only the veterans but the community as a whole. So by going out and having active conversation with these organization, we grasped that implementing this would not only significantly help the community and benefit veteran, but there's a lot of organization out there that is willing to put a partner and put a foot forward to accomplish that goal.
Do it. That's my piece of advice. Do the case competition. You won't regret it. Whether it's with people you know or people you don't know, I think it's a great way to bond with other like-minded individuals to yourself and be able to really explore those real-world problems. I think every case competition I've done, I've walked away learning something else, whether it's sustainability or financial, supply chain. You kind of walk away with a new lesson from every case competition you've done. And to be able to kind of present your final recommendation to your client or to the judges, it's a great feeling. So being able to walk away with something that you're proud of with people that you love working with is honestly so rewarding.
I would say definitely keep an open mind, do a lot of research, think small, think big. Don't let anything stop you from the possibilities because there are a lot of different technologies and people with skills around the world in the country. And ultimately start early, look into a lot of different possibilities, and be really collaborative with your team.
Case competitions are a really good way of getting you and a team to work together to solve a problem in a creative manner that's also professional and also financially viable. So something that we liked as well was learning. We really liked learning how to increase our public speaking skills, being comfortable being in front of others, talking about solutions.
It's an experience that a lot don't get to experience, especially on a college campus because of the major or what's not. So to have a case competition, regardless of what major you're in, and just to have that experience, because you never know in the future you might have to do something like that in a major. So to have that experience, it's not mostly taught in class. Maybe you might have a class that have it, but for most classes, you're not going to have a case study. And having this experience and having this not only on your resume, but having to know what it feels like to go out, do research, and learn new concepts that you never knew about, expanding your knowledge and be able to implement that idea in the community. I feel like that's undeniable, a great opportunity to have.
If you're interested in doing a case study, do it. Listen, you're in college for how many years? You know, don't waste your time. Networking, professional development is very important. And I feel like a lot of college students don't take advantage of the opportunity that they have in front of them. You're in college and you're paying for your time. Don't just show up, be present. Come, do case studies, learn people. This group that I've been with, this isn't just, case studies over and it's time to go. These are friends. So really take advantage of the blessing that's placed in front of you.